right, welcome to another edition of the Man Cave, where these brothers talk about just about everything. Y'all know everybody by now. My cousin Damon, brother Art, brother Kelly, and me, Aaron. So last Sunday, brothers, while we were talking about interracial dating and marriage, later that night, brother Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Now, I'm really tired of hearing everybody's opinion. I don't really need to hear nobody else's opinion, but this is the first time we got to talk about it. So we probably sound a little late to the game, but that's okay. But my focus, and you guys tell me what your initial reactions were and then what that means for you guys. But for me, it opened up a whole bunch of other worms because when I start hearing people's reactions, I started hearing like man-woman issues, black on black crime issues, stereotyping issues, violence issues. And then one of the most prominent things that I heard come across was mental health issues. So we went all over the world talking about how this thing had a ripple effect and all of that. Everybody from Wanda Sykes to Tiffany Haddish to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was chiming in on this thing. Now, Tiffany Haddish says all she saw was a man defending his wife, and she was proud of it.
She is silly ass. That's why.
And but she down with the Smith camp. But then you got people who was down for the Chris Rock camp, like Wanda Sykes, who Chris Rock put on the map, said she was sick to her stomach that they allowed him to stay there and keep his award and give this super long speech. But then you got people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar who said, he just perpetuated the stereotype that you can't take black folks nowhere. Even I was kind of, I didn't feel attacked, but I felt challenged when somebody told me, why do you keep looking at it as if massa looking at us? Why you got to look at it through the people, or from the eyes of white people? And I'm like, I'm not trying to look at it from eyes of white people. I'm talking about our community. Can I be embarrassed about some stuff black people did in our community? Can there be some little read of decency that we stick to, and you go outside of it? Can I be embarrassed about it without saying massa looking at us? And that just bothered me. So it brought out a whole lot of emotions and a whole lot of ripple effects. And I wanted to see how it affected you guys. So we never start with Art because Art always bring the funny, but we're going to start with Art tonight. All right.
I don't know what you want to do that for, because I ain't got nothing good to say no way. And you know me.
Yeah, we do.
So let me say this first, okay? Yeah, everybody got something to say. And everybody got their little viewpoints, and he protecting his woman. And then people like, well, why protect a woman like that? And all of the BS. Only to keep you unfocused on what's really going
on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't see. This is why we always make you laugh.
I'm gonna tell you what's really going on. Okay.
Go ahead, get it out. No,
this is Will Smith's. This is part of the ritual.
Okay,
that Hollywood folk got to deal with. Taylor Swift had to deal with her embarrassment by the hands of Kanye West. All of them got to go through it. Okay, It's just that Will Smith, he wanted to be a movie star very badly from the beginning. So he got in league with all the people, and he's been on the road dealing with the people he needed to deal with to be this superstar that he actually became. But there are consequences. And when your net worth is $300 million, you got to go see the devil. Okay. But this is just part of this is part of the ritual that they have to go through, especially when they get an award.
So you're saying black entertainers have to go through this little hell.
All of them.
For what purpose?
All of them. Because
what's the purpose of going through this little? Because I'm not trying to say you're totally wrong. Because Michael Jackson, OJ, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, all of them went through these little hells. So what is the purpose?
All of them got a scandal. Well, the main thing is that, you have to be shamed. And it's part of the whole thing. It's part of the, I got something on you type of situation. You hear about how they got to go in there, and before anything happened, they got to let this such and such do such and such to you. And everybody got to watch. So everybody know, everybody got it on you. Step out of line and we can destroy you down the road, because it's all about control. So they can push a certain narrative. And that's what Hollywood's about, trying to push certain narratives.
Okay, so
you gotta play ball.
How do you explain this? There's been several Black entertainers, and maybe nothing that we even heard of. Several Black entertainers that didn't go through a shaming. I mean, you never heard of Sidney Poitier going through a shaming. You never heard of,
Well, Sidney Poitier was, see, Sidney, he not a slave.
I don't get. Now I'm confused.
He's not African American.
But he's Black though.
He wasn't born in this country.
All right. So let's hone it into the slap and how it made you feel.
Yeah, hone it in.
Yeah.
You asked me, so I told you that's what it is, a ritual. So I mean, so bottom line, so we can say whatever else we want to say really about it at this point. Mm. You just got to know exactly what it is, and also understand that this is also a distraction.
Okay.
This is so everybody can have their mind and their business on this. Think about the past week. YouTube is flooded with this shit, man. Everybody got something to say.
Yeah, everybody got something to say.
The question is, why? Why should we care so much? And if we do care this much, and they know that they can do this, and my stand is that this is all on purpose, okay? Then what are you really doing? And I know for a fact that they trying to keep our mind and our eyes over here somewhere. When they doing this shit, they need to do over here. You see?
I get it. That's
Vladimir. I'm telling you, this Vladimir, man, look now, I'm telling y'all, the United States, and if you watch all the media right now, they're talking about Vladimir like he kind of losing the war, and he ain't gonna, come on, man.
Yeah, and they're saying there's a little kind of almost a civil war in Russia now, because the Russians are even fighting against him.
Yeah, and that's what they want us over here to believe. So we'll stand behind the United States and then co-sign everything they do.
Got you. Right? Okay.
So that's my whole thing.
That's your whole thing. Does it speak to the Black community that a Black man hit another Black man on international wide?
So, so it's levels to it, right? So first it's distraction, it's levels to it, right? It's level, okay? And then it's, and we can make these niggas look bad at the same time.
Okay. All right. So let's hold that there. Kelly, what you got?
I feel I'm with I guess I'm with Will on that one. He was wrong for what he did, but he was defending his wife. But if you watched it, he was laughing.
Yes,
he was laughing in the beginning until his wife either nudged him, because he wasn't even looking at her from what I was looking at.
Right.
So she had to initiate him to get up and go up there and slap him. Now, he shouldn't have did that. He should have held that. He should have did that better. He could have waited. Anything.
So you said you said you are Team Will. So if you're Team Will, you agree. What are you agreeing with? What do you agree with?
I'm agreeing that he was defending his wife.
Oh, okay.
Come on now.
Boo, you're the wrong team. Boo.
Any man gonna defend his wife. Any man gonna defend his wife.
Yeah.
You can't defend no woman who has sex with your son's friend. Give me a break. And then you want to slap Chris Rock, and you should have been slapping the dude that was laying with your wife. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wait. Okay, I can agree to that too. Yeah, he should have, but he didn't. They with their open relationship and all of this old crap, that has nothing to do with them jokes being cracked on that ass. Okay, so I mean, you looking at something totally different. I guess Chris has been coming at them for quite a while, cracking jokes.
But everybody's been cracking jokes on them. They put it out there. So
Now, my other one is one person can only take so much. Maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back for Will. Was that it wasn't the joke. It was his wife that broke the camel's back, actually, because she had to say something to him for him to get up and go do that.
Or
She
cut
didn't
him a
even say
look.
nothing. She didn't even say
Yeah.
nothing. What she did, she let the demon speak. Okay, because that's what's in her, the demon. Any woman act like her and look like her got a demon in her. I'm sorry. Okay.
So he felt that warmth off of her side.
She
Then, and he
she
got up,
ma-
whatever it
she
is.
turned her face and grit her little fingers, and the shit says pew and jumped off on Will, and Will sprang into action. He sprang into action. He said, "You know what? I know she's still in love with Tupac. My daughter writing dead man letters talking about come back so my mama be happy and shit. I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna be Tupac, so she'll love my ass again, or at least
Yeah,
this
well,
first
Well,
and
we know that.
foremost, because she ain't ever
We know.
loved him no damn way."
We know that
I,
never happened.
I get what you're saying, Kelly, about him defending his wife. Any good husband would defend his wife, but Chris Rock used words, and you did say he should have done it another way, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
But Chris Rock used words. He used words. So if you're going to get Chris Rock back, you got to fight fire with fire and use words. When you elevate it to a crime, and then you elevate it to a crime on international TV against another black guy,
Right.
you have taken, and see, the other thing that I was saying was it ain't just, you just didn't ruin it for you. You ruined it for Will Packer, the black production team. I don't care for Beyonce, but she opened up the show. The Williams family sitting there it's about their family.
Right.
I don't think they wanted to have this attached to their legacy. And then, Samuel L. Jackson won for his whole body of work. And it's like, it's not just you, sir. You just did that, and anybody Questlove, you messed up his because he came right after you slapped him. And it's like, come on, man. But
he messed it up for quite a few people.
yeah,
Like I said, you never know when somebody gonna snap. And I mean, he was at his point where he snapped. Now I can't defend nothing that he did.
Yeah.
But
if you're gonna snap, keep your snap crackle pop self at home, man. It's like
he should have snapped. He should have snapped when that whatever that boy name is. He should have snapped when he found out that his wife was up there in New York City with him. He should have snapped, took a plane out there, and jumped his ass. Then that's when you snap. You don't snap on national TV because some man say something about your wife, and it's clear why she bawled. She cursed. Look at how she act. That's why her hair start fucking falling out, because she cursed. And then you want to go and defend a cursed bitch who don't love your ass anyway.
God. I don't.
Bullshit.
Okay. All right, Damon, what you got?
I'm still I gotta get Art. That dude is going in. Art going in.
You are Will Smith. Think about it. You are Will fucking Smith. You are like the movie fucking king. You the movie king, and your bitch is running around having sex with your son's boyfriend.
But I mean,
you got enough money to make all that shit go away. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
If they're in an open relationship, ain't that supposed to go both ways? So that
you
means
got no open relationship when you marry. You know that. You ain't no open.
He can go do somebody too, right?
And then what that gonna mean?
They might as well get divorced if you got other people.
What's fair is fair. I mean,
might as well go on and lead it, right? You see, but why stay with her? Now he said he wasn't ever gonna get divorced again. Okay. And he come from a solid like family core unit. Okay. Jada does not. So she had a different outlook on it, I guess. But Jada's mama was the one that said, no, you pregnant, you need to marry him. She didn't want to marry him, but she married him anyway, trying to do the right thing. But they wasn't the right people. Her mind was in the street.
I mean, but even then, you're gonna have to learn. Wait, let's get Damon in. Go ahead, Damon.
Damon.
Okay.
Say something, Damon.
I'm gonna say, and this is just my opinion, I don't see a problem with him defending. It's the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So what he did, literally, is tarnish his career over something that literally consumed him, because everything that we're saying right now is true. She professed her love that she still had for Tupac Shakur. She had a quote entanglement when they both said they was gonna have an open marriage, even though Will sat there at that red table and you can
Like
read
a
his body
fool.
language. You read his body language that he wasn't feeling none of this. But like you said, Art, he vowed he would never get divorced again. He said he didn't want to do that because the first divorce destroyed his older son and the relationship with his older son. So he didn't want to put his other kids through that. Sign of a man. Give me mad props on that. The problem is this. You taking your frustrations out really on the wrong person. Even though Chris Rock said what he said, and he said what he said at the 2016 Oscars about them protesting and all that, he did his jokes on all that. That could have been something Jada held all this time, because she may carry herself one way, but you can tell she's very vindictive. She's very hateful, and she doesn't forget. So she remembered all that stuff Chris Rock said, even though they are Hollywood friends.
You see, she laughed. You see, she laughed when Will slapped him.
You know what though?
Of course.
Think about this. Think about this though, fellas. Think about this. Yeah, everybody's saying Will Smith was laughing, this and that. You know how many people laugh at stuff just to hide their anger? That doesn't mean that he was laughing at the joke. He was happy about the joke. He could have snapped in, and all Jada had to do was give him that Dwayne Rock Johnson lifted eyebrow and tell him go up there and be a wild pit bull. My thing is, at certain points, a man is going to defend his wife the way he see fit. Whether it's words, whether it's actions, you know, it depends on who the man is and how he feels he needs to defend his wife. At the same time, we saying he should have slapped August, he should have did this, he should have did that. They don't remember this, fellas. They put out only what they want y'all to know. That red table crap, that's what they want you to know. That ain't the whole story. We don't know what Will did. We don't have an idea what Will did. We don't know if Will
why Will have to do something?
But my
she
point is
didn't even look when they were at the table. She didn't even. He asked her like, "Well, what did I do?" And she was just like, "Well, you know, I was just lonely, and
She said she wanted to feel good.
Yeah, I want to feel good. It wasn't nothing that he did.
Okay, she wanted to be like Holly Berry and Monsters Ball. We
right.
get it.
Make me feel good.
That's basically what it was. And when you got a woman like that, everybody should know Jada Pinkett before she was Jada Pinkett Smith. She was a sexy type woman before she got married. That's what she was. And she was a brutally honest about how she felt about certain people. Am I mad at Will Smith? The only thing I'm mad at Will Smith about is you should have never did it where you did it.
That's it.
You should never did it the way you did it. That ruined your career. Netflix canceled a movie he was supposed to do immediately. They knocked him off, and this was going to be a blockbuster. So what Will did, I can't really speak for what a man do for his wife. I can say you was wrong for doing it at the place you was at. As far as Chris Rock, you said some jokes. My thing is, did he really know she had alopecia? We don't know that.
No,
we don't know what.
He confirmed he didn't know.
Okay, so if he didn't know, and Jada had did an interview saying she can give less than 2 craps what people say, that was a vendetta against Chris for all the stuff he ever said about her. Because I guarantee
evil bitch, right?
That's my point. I will guarantee you, if that was anybody else that said something about G.I. Jane, she would have never gave Will that look. She probably would have been mad, but she would have never showed anger to where Will had to jump up and to feel like he had to defend, because he only did that because of the last 3-4 years of that marriage. And it was all bottled up, like Kelly said. It's only so much a man can take.
Yeah. Now there were
guess
other.
What you do. Guess what you do? You don't take the bitch to the Oscars with you. That's what you do.
You know what's crazy?
You do when it's your wife.
No, you don't. Not when she act like that. I'll be damn. I'll be damn. Take her anyway. Like, she can just do whatever she want to do and still go to the fucking Oscars too. And then pull your switches, make you go slap a man you don't need to go slap. Okay? And then get you, and then now you done left the academy or whatever, you got kicked out or whatever. They're gonna do some shit to you, you losing money, people talking about your ass. Come on.
But you know what was what was go ahead.
I heard a lot of women say, why didn't she just get a wig?
But she was cool, right? She said she was cool.
That's my point.
She's cool with her style.
That's my point. So
and she always
this goes beyond alopecia. This is Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith. It's beyond her alopecia. Because that man didn't know she had alopecia. You know what I'm saying? So all the stuff that Chris may have said, she now held in. Now she got Will like the puppet master because he pissed. He don't know. He ain't in his right mind. To a certain degree, I do agree with Art to say, yeah, it was demon possessed, bro. I kind of do fall in that category with Art on that one. Because no man would go risk something that he been fighting for. You know, he was pissed when he didn't win Ali. He left early. He actually should have won best actor for Ali.
Wait, time out. Let's to correct me if I'm wrong, Damon, but they had a family emergency and he had to leave early.
That's what he told people.
Oh,
that's what they told people.
That I can only go by that.
That was the excuse. You're right, Aaron. That came up. Here's what people who know Will and Jada, when Will found out that he was not getting the best actor for that award, they left, saying that one of the kids was sick and they had to go to the nanny. That's what they said. In all actuality, let's just be real. This man is worth $350 million. You don't think he'll let the nanny take his child to the hospital?
I mean, I don't want to get it.
People to go over there and handle that. You know, he got people to handle that.
For Will Smith, bro. This is the Fresh Prince we talking about. So
and that night, yeah, no, nanny would have been taking a baby.
That's my point.
See, that's my point. Wherever they need to go.
How long has it been since he did Ali?
Right, and then once it's over with, and I accept this award, peace, love.
Or I don't get it, I'm out. Then I take off.
When did he do the Ali? When did he do that?
He did Ali.
That was in the early 2000s.
That was
God. I think that was like that was like 01.
It was a minute
long ago.
Yeah,
it was a while.
20 years ago.
Yeah,
almost.
I remember. I went to see that back when I was living in DC, and I remember.
It was a long time ago.
And that was 2001.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I'm done after this. I just feel like once the joke came out, Chris honestly probably didn't realize it was a vendetta because he's a comedian and he talk about everybody. It's a part of his job. Why you think you don't go sit in the front row if you know you're gonna get talked about?
Right.
Damn sure you don't go with no bald head neither.
That's my point exactly. So this has something to do more so with the vendetta that Jada had against Chris and everything she was saying. And Will felt the need, considering how he was publicly embarrassed on that Red Table show. He had to sit there and say, I was lonely. And girl, I am the freaking Fresh Prince. You knew what you was marrying when you married me. You should have said no. You know what Hollywood is. You've been in Hollywood. Don't act like you ain't been in no movies. You see what I'm saying? So she publicly embarrassed this dude, knowing he didn't want to get a divorce, knowing that he was going to internalize all this, because most men do. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now he's suffering, but she happy.
let me say this
Don't
right
make
quick.
sense.
Let me just say this right quick, okay? I'm gonna say this, okay? I think Will too damn old to be acting like this.
I
Let's just
totally
put that
agree.
out there,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, he is. Shit.
He 53.
53.
You 50. You in your 50s. You was almost in your 50s though when she ran off with that boy first and foremost, okay? But now you in your 50s and this is how you handle the situation. Something is up, okay? Now either she didn't really put that rid on him and she really got that puppet master thing going on with him, you see, because she couldn't control Chris Rock. And that was the thing. They wanted Chris to go kind of along with them as far as boycotting them Oscars and shit. Chris wasn't doing that, and this is why he gave him the business, because it's like you wasn't invited any damn way. I was, because I'm hosting. So why should I not go? Why should I not go? Okay, yeah, it's thin with niggas or whatever, but what you gonna do about that? You ain't gonna change that shit in one day because your bald head ass don't show up like that's supposed to mean something.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. So the main thing is that he wasn't going for that shit. She couldn't control him. And the moment that she had an opportunity to get back at him, like you say, she knew she had Will on the string, and he was already gonna pop. And
Yeah, she was ready.
And it was supposed to be the night of his life. You know what I'm saying?
And the bad part about it is it was on the night that he dreamed about for the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mean,
he messed it up.
I'm trying to figure out, really, I'm like, look, let me just say this. I know he didn't give up a whole lot of booty for this shit. You feel me?
He should feel real small. He should feel small as shit right now.
Yeah, he should.
A whole lot of booty for this, and now you let her fuck it up for you.
All right.
The only thing I would say about Chris Rock is that I appreciate the way he handled it. Like I say, the joke, most people look at it, that was kind of a jacked up joke. Okay, I get that part of it. The only thing I would say that he actually, in my opinion, did wrong, really honestly, is that when you see a man walking up on you like that, you don't just stand there and wait for him to get there. My intention is to back up. What is you doing? Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what is you doing, bro? What you doing? Back up off me. I already know what he got. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know what he got in his hand.
What is wrong with you, Will? What is your problem, Will?
Yeah.
This ain't, hey, nigga, this ain't Bel Air. You know.
Yeah, right. I'm Art. On this one, I'm kind of on your side. Back up. Wait a minute. What's going on?
But
like,
hold on. But you have to consider that they both come off as funny guys. So when he's going up there, Chris Rock is thinking there's this impromptu bit that we're about to do, and it's going to erupt in laughter. That's why he didn't move back.
He wasn't thinking it was going to joke.
I'm saying, but did you see how Will was walking up there? That didn't look like he was coming to be funny.
No. Anytime somebody come on stage, you know it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it was crazy. But even if he came up there looking serious, I'm sure Chris Rock thought it was going to be funny because Will Packard said that they had a list of jokes that Chris Rock was supposed to say, and he went off script and just started doing the audience. And, and it was obvious to me, from my perspective, that Chris Rock made the G.I. Jane joke based on him thinking that was a style that Jada was rocking.
That's not it, because she always wore the low haircuts anyway.
She cut her hair bald before.
And look at how many black women wear their shit bald anyway now. You know, in Hollywood. So it's a fashion statement, right? Ain't that what they say?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, half the cast of Black Panther, them women, they shaved their heads for real. And some of them kept their heads shaved. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's part of the role.
The one girl.
No, even after.
Yeah. The one girl that was real cool with Chadwick Boseman, I think it was his sister or one of them, or his protector, one of them, she's still bald headed, bro.
Oh, that warrior motherfucker.
Yeah, she's still bald headed, man.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I
Hey
get
man,
it.
look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, she could not come in the house and ask me for none.
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
she
you
couldn't.
know,
What does
She
that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying she couldn't because
What
it's
is
just
so-
like, think about how that would sound. Like, come in the room. Like, oh shit.
On that note, man, I can't stand this dude, man. I don't know
Right,
what's
you
wrong
say-
with
that
this
has-
dude,
You say,
man.
baby, come in the room.
it would have been a little sexier than that, you know, a little bit.
Take off
Man,
your shirt.
You are
Art,
stupid.
Art, you
Come in the
are
room and
something
take off your
special.
shirt.
You are something special, bro. You are a special young
Oh
man.
man.
Like, no, I'm good.
Okay, look, I just checked. Ali came out in 2001. Okay, so a lot of talk has been going on. I was very, this is what I really honed in on. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. God and the devil came out in the conversation in this, which was very interesting to me. Extremely interesting. So you got, so what, I mean, okay, so if the devil is happening at the Oscars and God is mentioned too, where's God and where's the devil? So
question is, who are they calling God?
no, okay, well, let's just not go like so specific. My
I
point
hear
is,
you, but I mean, that's
what
the only way
role-
you can approach
what,
it is to
what
ask that
role
question.
did the devil play? What role is God playing now, in your opinion, in all this? Because they came up.
Okay,
Kelly.
Denzel said it first. Denzel said, whenever you get big, you ever get blessed, the devil is gonna always show his hand and see how you react. You're gonna get tested.
Mhm.
The test, if that's the case, will fail. He allowed the devil to use him.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, you look at Chris Rock, he didn't react in a way that the devil could use him.
Mhm.
He actually took the high road and didn't jump back, didn't go, he did what a minute minority of men would allow. Do you realize he didn't punch this man? He slapped this man. Because that was the worst thing you could do to a black man, especially back in the day. They whipped us or they slapped us. They never punched us. They wanted to emasculate us. So in Chris, he didn't fall back into, I'm going to do this and go and let the devil use him. You can actually say he did the godly thing by saying, you know what? I'm going to be good. Because if you think about it, the next show Chris did, the nosebleed seats went up almost 80%. They were $40, but they were selling for $300.
Yeah.
$400.
Mhm.
They was $400.
Mhm.
So he went, and not only did he go, he got a standing ovation. He got all this. So you can say for him doing what he did, he was blessed for not reacting.
Literally turn the other cheek.
Now,
Literally, because that's
Let me
what
just
happened.
shed a little light on that real quick, okay? Because if you think about it from the standpoint of this is a ritual, then there's going to be shame that has to be given. And for Chris's part, by taking the slap, now he gets a reward.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? So then whenever they get up there and they start talking about God, they're not talking about the Almighty.
We got you. We know
what
where
I'm
you coming
saying?
from with it. Yep.
Yeah,
But-
they're not talking about that God.
Okay, but my context is you do see footprints of God and you do see footprints of the devil. So when you want to impress, I guess, I don't know what he was going through, but it's in those impulses that the devil says, do this. And it's so fast that you just impulsively do it. And then after you do it, he leaves you with what Art is saying, the shame. He leaves you to battle that all by yourself because he'll tempt you because he only got the power of suggestion. So he'll tempt you if he can get you to do it. he leave you out there. So that, and he ruins the whole party. That's the footprints of the devil. But here you got some forgiveness that got to happen now. And that is, I think that is the role, that's the footprints of God right there. Right here. And we talked about the impact. We talked about how it made us feel. We talked about how it's really, he got to go through his thing. But as black men to another black guy, do we got room in our hearts for forgiveness? Or do we cancel them?
I would say I forgive him, because now when you start talking about the devil and God, I'm gonna say the devil was sitting right next to him. So he was the devil's helper at that point, or he was the devil's seed, if you want to say it.
The demon was right there.
That's it. That's right. That's it. The devil gave that look, and that motherfucker got up and slapped shit out of his head.
Damn sure.
So that's where I'm gonna take that. Now, I'm gonna go both ways on all that shit. Yes, Chris was the godly one on that one because he didn't react, he didn't retaliate, didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He was just as shocked as America was when he got slapped on national fucking TV.
Well, they actors, so they gonna act real shocked. But I'm telling you right now, man, Chris was too cool to me. So, and again, when you know that you have a reward coming in that business and in that Hollywood thing, you know what come with the territory. And these guys been in the business a long time, so they know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't expecting to get slapped.
Look, you got Bed-Stuy. Ain't nobody slapping nobody from Bed-Stuy.
Man, Chris always got beat up. You seen the show, Everybody Hates Chris?
Buddy from Bed-Stuy. He was
always little and skinny. He ain't no fighter.
But still, ain't nobody's gonna just sit there and let somebody from West Philly beat up somebody. If somebody if Chad came over and started hurting somebody, you just gonna let Chad do it. That's what I'm saying. Just like his brother Tony Rock was like, "You're gonna smack my brother because your woman gave you a side eye?" See, he came to his rescue.
But Chris was never that type of dude. It was always his brother and his brothers who were like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was always the one getting picked on and beat on. He was always the smallest cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just not, he just not that type of dude. Some guys just will pop off on you if they have to. Some guys will take it and be like trying to figure out what the fuck they do next.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you this, Art. You got room to forgive Will Smith. And what I mean by forgiving is, all right, brother, it happened. So whatever products you put out now, I'm down with you. Or are you in the cancel mode?
I mean, to say cancel means that he had been ordered. I ain't ever ordered Will Smith.
Oh, you wasn't into him anyway.
I mean, I watched a couple of his movies, I Am Legend and, whatever, entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But I never subscribed to being no fan of Will Smith. I don't think highly of Will Smith because, he do all kind of weird shit. He kissing his son in the mouth on national TV all over the fucking place and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boy come out with gray and purple hair and he looking all wild and shit and got a boyfriend. And it's just like, I ain't got no respect for you. Look at how you live.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's canceled or not, it's like, whatever the fuck. It's like, you a dumbass for walking that road. You want to be famous. So this what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You wanted a woman that wasn't for you. You wanted her ass anyway. You trying to do right. You just use young and dumb or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But damn, man, you 53 years old.
Mm-hmm. So it's apathy for you. It's apathy.
No, it ain't shit. It's like, nigga, you stupid. That's it.
That's what apathy means. You don't care.
No, that ain't apathy. Tell nigga he's stupid.
So Damon, are you canceling or you got room in your heart to forgive and move on?
Man, I would say, I would because
You won?
yeah, I got man. It's a tough one because
That's a
the
tough
human,
one.
the human side of me, the man in me, is saying, man, I don't have nothing to say to you. Kick rocks, bro. I still have to be the guy that still call himself a follower of God and I still have to forget this man.
Yeah.
I still have to walk, because if I don't forgive this man, if I decide to take the side of me to say, no, forget him, this and that, what am I doing to my blessings from that point on?
Nothing.
I have to look at my actions.
Yeah.
As a man who fears God, as a man who worships God, who has to be an example. Am I human? Yes. Because if he'd have caught Damon at 25, he still be getting beat to sleep. It would be.
He could have caught me at 53 and would have got fucked up.
He still would be. I talked to I do a sports podcast with my friends, and we was talking about this. We all went to college together, and a friend of mine said, everybody on here, we went to college together. If Will Smith would have smacked any of us in 1996, they'd be burying him right now. But we have to understand that we older, we got our kids, we trying to do this, we trying to do that, we trying to do everything in our life to make our life much better than what it is. What sense do it make? Plus, we don't heal as quick as we used to. You done beat the you know what I'm saying? We in our late 40s, 50 years old. Man, you punch wheels and break your hand, you're gonna be in a cast for almost 6 months. Your bones gonna be hurting.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to forgive him if I'm going to follow in God's footsteps to be the man of God that he asking me to be and what I need to be.
Yes.
The side of me, I have to kill my flesh. As you know, Daniel got anytime he did anything wrong, he repented. David, rather, he repented. So I have to follow in that same walk. As much as I would hate it, I would have to follow in that walk, because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm losing when I should be gaining, because I didn't act the way I was supposed to act. So I will forget.
Dig it though.
I will say though, if it would have been anybody else on that stage, Will Smith would have got fucked up.
That's possible. I agree. I
possible.
think
he wasn't going up there if it was his brother. If it was Tony Rock up there, he wouldn't have did it.
If it was Lou Rawls.
If it
was Lou Rawls would have whooped that ass.
He wouldn't have went up there. Shit.
As black as Lou Rawls is,
you'll never fall.
You have it.
Oh man.
Hey, look, as far as
this man literally say Lou Rawls, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He can sing good. Look,
I love Lou Rawls. Art, I can't stand you. All I can think of is "You're Gonna Miss My Love." That playing in my head right now.
Cool, cause that's a good ass song.
I can't say you'll never fall. I hate you, Art.
Oh,
you got that playing in my mind right now, bro.
When you talk about the forgiveness, and that's my main thing. Like, yeah, you could forgive somebody for doing something to you, right? But they have to repent from it first.
No,
that's when the forget. You say, okay, I forgive you. You see what I'm saying? So if Will, let's say this, if Will don't divorce that bitch, there's no forgiveness coming from me.
He ain't gonna do that.
Okay, but let me say this. Let me say this about the forgiveness thing. There is a scripture that says if they repent, then you have to forgive them. I get what you're saying, Art. There is a scripture that says that, but there's two other scriptures that don't mention them repenting. And then one of them says that if you don't forgive your brother, our Heavenly Father won't forgive you. Ain't got nothing to do with them repenting. So now, just a few days ago, I was in a little debate with my Philadelphia friends. I got some friends from Philly. Shout out to Aaliyah and Kia and James. And I was like, skip Will Smith. I was like, skip him, man. How you go do
debating with three ladies?
No, James is a dude.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
Jane.
No, James.
Okay.
And I was like, skip Will Smith, man. I was kind of mad because he did this to another brother.
Right.
But then I had to relax for a minute. I had to relax and think, okay, I gotta forgive this brother because we all admit we did some dumb crap. We have all done some dumb stuff, right?
Man,
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. But look,
Hold on, let me
this
finish my
ain't
point.
about-
I want to finish my point.
Go ahead.
We all did dumb stuff that we want people to forgive us with the quick and have some instant amnesia. Let's just forget I did that. Let's move on, can we?
No
And
doubt.
we are at their mercy. Now, Will Smith did do something dumb, and he is under global scrutiny. So I fall back, and I say, hey, brother, he that is without the sin cast the first stone at Will Smith. And I fall back and be like, okay, you did something stupid, like we all do. And based on that, I don't have to go in this brother's house and deal with nothing he got to deal with.
And you need to cast the first stone at his wife.
And
That's even you cast the first stone at.
And even in my car, when his song came on, I kind of turned like, oh man, because every time I hear your voice, I see you hitting Chris Rock. And I don't want to be reminded of that. So, but you got to fall back and you got to take.
You say when summertime come on, you be like, oh damn.
You got to take just like what Damon said. This way, you got what Damon said. You gotta. It can't be your will. Got to be God's will. So that said, Chris Rock. What are we feeling about him? What do you think he should do? What do you think he is thinking? And because he's definitely benefiting from this, even if his ego is now the only people that I bring up all the time that I don't hear anybody thinking about is Chris Rock's two daughters. How they feel watching their dad get hit on TV, and how are they gonna feel about the Smith family? And where's some healing there?
Let me just say this real quick. When you got plenty of money, certain shit just don't bother you that much.
What? Okay.
Certain shit just don't bother you that much.
You're a rich man, Art, and somebody slaps your daughter. That ain't gonna bother you?
I will be a little bothered lesser with a bunch of if I had about 20, 30 million.
Oh, wait. I got a good one. You a rich man and Chad slapped your daughter.
Okay. Well, no, Chad gonna have to get the NATO, okay? Get the NATO right. Okay. Listen now.
Oh.
I'm just saying, yeah, we can talk about, I wonder how his daughters feel, and I wonder what do we say about Chris Rock? Look, man, we talking about two guys who've been in Hollywood for a long ass time. They all play the same fucking game. It's always the same bullshit to keep us talking and back and forth about this, that, and the other, whatever. All it is, it's a shame game they got to play so they can get their awards and put people in place, number one, and number two, to keep us talking about it, not paying attention to what's going on in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Chris Rock, he can have his brothers whoop his ass or not. He can go to his house and whoop his ass or not. He can send some gangsters over there to whoop his ass or not. His daughters can go over there and whoop his ass or not. I don't give a shit. Chris Rock got plenty of money. I got to do a tax at 9 o'clock. With a client in North Carolina, I'm gonna be up all night. That's what I'm worried about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whatever, y'all cool, fine. He got slapped and your wife crazy. You worth 300 plus million and you worth another 100 million. Y'all ain't got shit to fucking worry about.
No, that's not true. Money is not a band-aid, man. I mean, these same people are human. And the thing about, I'll think about his daughters because they're emotional creatures. They're women. They're emotionally first, not 100%, but they're emotionally initially. And to see their dad get disrespected like that, it's got to have a toll on them.
I mean, yeah, it might, but you know what? Just let Chris Rock deal with this shit. Them his kids, okay? So he'll talk to them and he'll be like, look, Heifer, just don't worry. It's all right. Your daddy grown as fuck, okay? Don't worry about it.
And I'm pretty sure that's
who cares if them kids is over there crying because their daddy got slapped. I mean, shit happens. Your daddy might get slapped. So fuck it. Just roll with the punches. You got a fucking Mercedes. What the fuck? You good.
That ain't gonna fly with me.
Daddy
Well,
got slapped. Now he making 4 times as much money. I'm gonna get a new car. I'm good.
No, you still don't want your mama and daddy to be slapped on national
Oh,
TV.
you don't want to, but if the money start rolling
and then the memory of it is forever.
Wow.
That's the
I can
thing,
forget
bro.
fast.
That's the thing. I think you nailed it right there, cuz the memory, the everlasting stain that's gonna be known, not only in Chris's life, but more so in Will's, because he was the perpetrator. The idea that Chris Rock's daughters seeing their father get slapped, many things could be going in their mind. A lot of things could be like, I mean, case in point, if my dad gets slapped, who can I run to when I'm need to be defended?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going on in the little girls' heads. Yeah, it's gonna be Chris Rock to come in and say, look here, the bigger man wins, baby. I can't put my hands on everybody because I'm Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? He can go and explain a lot. That still doesn't negate the fact that his daughters, now these not boys, these are girls. They look at a man differently.
How old
They
are
look
these
at their
girls? Ain't
father
they about 30?
No, man, they
It don't
barely
matter.
20. They barely 20.
I mean, but really, honestly, it don't matter. If you got daughters, man, you could be 80 and their daughters could be 50. They still look at their daddy as that one who was the protector. It doesn't matter.
I can dig it, man. I'm just saying,
That's their very first love, their very first hero, the very first man that said, I'll crack your head if you ever come across my daughter. They look at stuff like that. Right. And what Chris would have to do is he would have to sit them down and say, look, baby, I'm Chris Rock. I can't afford to do stupid stuff because my temperament get the best of me. Then I'm gonna be put in a situation where I can't be there for you, or I can't do something for you because my family come first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sit
man,
down.
I hear you, man, but you make it sound like they 4 and 5. They ain't no babies though.
Hey, let me just say this: they are 19 and 17.
Yeah,
but
you know what I'm
still,
saying?
They still his
probably
daddy's girls, though. They still
they daddy's little girls, bro.
Yeah.
And Damon,
yeah,
I agree with
they
you.
daddy's little girls, but that don't mean that they so soft and tender. It's like, oh my God, Dad, he hit you on the stage.
They might not
what are you gonna do? Oh my God.
Hey, real talk, Kelly know because Kelly he got all
5 of them. Kelly,
so
it
don't
Damon, I
matter.
agree with you with that one. Because now, if that would have been me and I would have got slapped, and my kids, I know they're gonna feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have told them, look, in this situation, your daddy is gonna do what's best. He gonna do the right thing, and this is for me and the family. So now, on a side note, if that would have been a nigga off the street to come up and
that's a totally different ball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going down, and especially in front of my kids, bro. You got to take some dirt. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now we all agree that if Chris Rock would have slapped Jada, we all would have been Team Will Smith.
I would have been laughing my ass off.
All right,
if Chris Rock would have slapped Jada, that would have been the biggest prize of the evening. Fuck an Oscar prize. Get the bald head Jada trophy out. Okay. I would have sent Chris Rock my last $1,200.
Are you a cold-blooded? You cold. Look, as much as I'm gonna say this, brother, as much as Jada gets on people's nerves, she is the type of woman that just drives a man insane. As gorgeous as she was when she was younger, don't get me wrong. She's not a bad-looking woman now in her 50s. If she got slapped, I would be Team Will because it's still his wife. She's still a woman. And that's just the end of it. Yeah. I would, and she gets on people's nerves, her cockiness and how, because I talked to some girls, man, and a lot of them were like, now we'll let the devil use them there. But this one girl said one thing. She said she knew who she had when she married him. And she used all that against Will these 20-some years they've been married. She knew that he was smitten by her, and she used it. Certain women gonna always get what they get when the time is right. And what Chris did, she was just mad. She was mad because deep down, her friends are telling her, you can't be doing Will Smith like that. Do you realize what you're doing to him?
I think what they telling her is Heifer, you know why your hair falling out, because you was out there being a skank.
Yeah,
and then he tell the joke, and now the skankness come on her. And then she look at Will. He say, "Oh shit!"
You know what though? I can't say you're wrong, because the entanglement, even though they said the marriage was open, you are still freaking married. It's still a sacred vow.
It's adultery.
It's still right. It's adultery, no matter how you look at it. You are not divorced. Y'all not single. The entanglement is just that, bro.
Well, let me say, go ahead, Kelly. You about to say something?
No, I'll say that, and that's just it. Shit. I'm lost now because she was for that entanglement crap.
Mm-hmm.
She just all wrong for that open relationship.
Yeah, no doubt.
Face, though, sitting right in front of him and then just couldn't admit it, and then finally said, "Yeah, it was a relationship, but I was just in so much pain."
Didn't it? Hey, that interview, did it give you any inkling of how Robin Givens did Mike Tyson? How she embarrassed that man, and he sat there.
I remember
and
that.
Didn't do nothing.
I remember that.
Mike is this. He's very aggressive and this and that. Blah blah blah. This and that. And he sat there, didn't say a word. He was so smitten. He was so smitten by that venom that woman bit him. That's why you ain't heard too much from her, because she's trash herself. And she didn't got. I don't care. I know Mike was crazy. Don't get me wrong. But after all that went down, his career was totally damaged because he internalized. First of all, his cuss died, and Cuss was the one who told him not to get with this woman. Cuss told him, do not get involved with her. She's gonna ruin your career. Cuss died. That means that not only his mom, Robin, but her mama put their fangs in him. Then they go on TV, embarrass him. Then he get the rape charge, and he ain't been the same since.
Well, let me say this. In that interview, Mike Tyson said he was really trying not to punch her.
That's my point.
Yeah.
He was internalizing what all men do. So he was trying his hardest not to break her neck. She was embarrassing him. And that same look that Will had on the Oscars and him sitting at that table, Mike had. So it's the same thing.
This is why Jada need to be slapped. This is why if Chris Rock would have slapped her, it would have been the ultimate prize of the evening. The bald head slap award. Period. Flat out.
Now let me tell you what bothers me.
Left feet, bro, because what she did, at the end they sealed it. We dismissed, we jacked up for life. We ain't going nowhere. Like you said, bad boys for life. We dismissed for life. Okay, cool. That means y'all, it's over. It's in the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's still freaking wrong. You went and slept with a man half your age.
But see, that's okay.
That was sleeping with your son.
I think that's something that her and Will just gonna have to deal with.
Yeah,
they just got to work out. But here's a deal about that interview that bothers me. And I ain't got nothing to do with that. I too have to just let go by. Is when Will said, you know what? I feel like that. I feel like that spouse that's at a news conference, and this man is telling how he messed up, and the spouse is just sitting there taking it, and he's spilling all his transgressions, and I just have to sit there and listen to it. And then Jada said, well, I don't look at it as a transgression. And I was like, ooh, you could have really kept that.
Mm.
But see,
You
that
really
go back to
could've
what
kept
Art been
that.
saying all this time. That go back to what Art said all this time. Will was raised in a strong family unit. Jada, her mother had been divorced. She didn't know her mother was, because if you look at Jada's mother, you looking at Jada, they look just alike. They carry themselves just alike.
Don't
She
they both
raised
got
that
bald
girl.
heads too?
Jada's
No,
mama's
she got
beautiful.
yeah,
Oh,
her mother's gorgeous. But they look just alike. They work out together.
Will Smith mama got a bald head. My bad.
Man, this dude here, man.
That's who got the
This
bald
dude
head.
here.
I'm just
But
saying.
this dude here, man, I swear, man, I can't stand this dude.
I guess you marry your mama, huh?
Oh my God, I can't stand this dude.
Oh no, don't say that.
man,
But
you ain't got a
think
lick of sense.
Art brought up a good point that when you this go back to the unequally yoked we talked about last time. This is a perfect sign of it because there's nothing equal about their upbringing, and there's
At
now
all.
that you're meshed, you can't get her to understand. You can't embarrass me like that.
Let me ask you,
You
this:
can't do
where
that.
Will Smith daddy at?
Well, he died.
Yeah.
He died.
That
Yeah,
dang
he
on
passed
Art,
away.
man. This dude here, man.
What? Man?
So as a result, Will Smith has resigned from the Academy.
Right.
Good.
So that means any movie that he makes cannot be considered for any kind of awards. Well,
Good.
not I won't say any kind. Can't be considered for Oscars.
Well, they said that he can't vote. That he still may be able to be considered. He just can't vote unless when they meet on the 8th and they totally say we're done with him because he resigned.
Mhm.
They can always say, well, you didn't have to resign, but since you did, we'll keep that, and maybe 2 years down the line you can be reconsidered.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because remember, there's 3 names to me that's Hollywood right now. He's one of them.
Mhm.
He's one of them, along with Dwayne Johnson. There's another one. Those 2 are Hollywood right now. And I would probably say Kevin Hart, because all of them, you would have to pay them 20 to 35 million per movie.
Mm.
So
It's funny
Will
how
Smith,
all the ones you name that get the most money for the movies always seem to be the ones that's getting snatched up and tagged in the rear all the time.
Mhm. I don't know about all that, but
I
but
do.
but one thing I do know, one thing I this ain't got nothing to do with it, but Will Smith did do a movie with Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman, what was it, Enemy of the State?
Enemy of the State.
Every movie Gene Hackman does with a black man, he slaps him. He
Yep.
slapped Will Smith in Enemy of the State. He slapped Denzel Washington in I think Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide, yep.
And I was like, what is that in his contract that he get to slap a black dude when it's
It's what they do in Hollywood to black folk, man. I'm telling you, they de-emasculate the men. And
I'm
then
like-
the men they put in front of you aren't even real men. They be wanting other men. So
all
I'm
right,
trying to
all
tell
right,
you, the
all right,
Hollywood
all right,
thing is all, listen. If you just understand this, if you
all
understand
right, be out the lunch.
that all of Hollywood is demonic, okay, and it goes against everything that's righteous,
I
then
get that.
then you understand why you see all the things you see, and why
Mhm.
all these people act the way they act. They all got some type of demon on them. They all control. They all got some type of handler that tell them what to do and how to do it, how to dress, and type of image you need to have.
I
whole
get what you're
nine.
saying. I get, and I heard a
definitely
pastor.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
I heard a
that too.
pastor today call it Hollywood, and I get what
Yeah,
you're saying.
Hollywood. You can say Holly, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So, but what I'm saying at this point, as 4 black men, I think we should poise ourselves to say, oh, now that it happened, let's try to help both families heal.
I would agree with you on that, cuz. I agree with that.
Let's let it heal.
I agree with that.
And just like Malcolm X said, if it happened in our community, we fix it.
Wait a minute.
I agree
Hold
with
on.
that.
Wait a minute. What we supposed to do?
Let's help these families heal, man.
What? How we supposed to do that, man?
But not really kicking them when they down.
Who we gonna kick? How we gonna kick them when they down?
But you know what's crazy? Especially some of the people in the comedian / entertainment business that's been really giving Will to like kicking him when he down. They really don't have a right to say nothing. They can't tell because they got glass houses themselves.
Exactly.
So what are you coming out? Oh, Will did this. Like, I love Steve Harvey to death. God knows I do. But you have no right to say nothing when your woman was dating a Colombian drug lord.
Do you see how these niggas act? Do you see how these niggas act?
You got a good point, though.
No, come on. If you gonna sit here and talk about him slapping Chris Rock, you better talk about your woman that was smuggling in heroin in her red bottoms.
And also you need to explain yourself about,
That's not cool. You can't sit, especially Steve, when you portray yourself as being the God-fearing guy. You can't sit here and do that type of stuff. Aaron said it earlier. He who live without sin cast. You can't throw no brick in no glass house. You can't do it.
Didn't he say he was coming up with a new religion called Chrislam?
No, somebody really said that about him. But when you go over to Dubai, sometimes you got to wear the garb, as you know, you got to wear the garb, and then you can't just really believe everything you see on social media, because they'll twist that stuff how you believe in all kinds of stupid stuff.
I just don't believe you should be saying anything negative. If anything, you say, okay, that's what it is. We're gonna have to, what Aaron said, we're gonna have to help the Rock family and the Smith family do their thing, because we can't keep doing this to each other. Yeah. That's one statement. But to go and say, I would, no, you can't do that. It's a lot of people that's been going and saying, Jim Carrey, I would have sued. Bro, your woman was murdered right after you divorced her. So Jim, you need to be quiet too.
He had the right idea. He knew how to handle it.
I'm saying you can't do that, bro. You can't sit here and not anybody when all of us is human. The main thing we supposed to be doing, you talk to him and say, hey, I don't know if you should have did that, but you don't be pointing your finger. No, bro, your woman was a dope dealer. What are you talking about?
We'll just say what we know to be the truth, right? That Will has a serious issue with his wife, right?
Correct.
And while on a professional venture, did not handle well what was said at that venture.
Correct.
And since he's being controlled basically by his wife, was gaslighted into doing something he shouldn't have did.
Mm-hmm. I actually agree with everything you just said, bro.
And then that's all it really is. And then at that point, it's just like, well, hell, fuck them.
But at this point on, how can we help them get to a place where everybody's harmonious? Now, for me, that entails not talking about them anymore, and for me, it means keeping them in my prayers, no matter what I said, because I was mad at Will Smith, because I was like, dang man, this whole show was black and you just messed it up. But now I'm in healing mode. That's one thing I agree with Jada on. She said it's a time for healing now, and she's right.
She a lie. Don't believe that heifer. She a scarlet heifer. Don't because she said something sound good. Don't get caught up in that bullshit.
Don't get caught up in that.
It's true. It's true.
It ain't true coming out of her motherfucking mouth.
Come on, you gotta heal. You gotta heal from this.
She don't know what healing is. She crazy.
Hey, look, if Chris Rock said, I don't want to press charges, and let's just move on.
He said he want to talk at it.
Right there.
I agree.
Yeah.
If he came out and said, like he said in this comedy show, because I heard the audio, I will talk about this at the time I'm ready to talk about it. Mm-hmm. My thing is talk about it with Will. Do not talk about it with anybody else. Mm-hmm. You two grown men who are both over in their 50s, sit down and talk about this like men. Look each other eye to eye, state how you feel, state what's going on, and a way that you can get beyond this. Because both of y'all got families.
Yes.
Both of y'all got kids. So you not Will, you didn't set a good example for your son, your daughter, and your oldest son, what you did. Chris, you did a heck of a job, but now you got to do some explaining to your daughters and explain to them why you did what you did, what made you more of a man. So they'll understand that the defense of coming to your defense don't necessarily have to invoke violence all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a way that they have to sit down as men and talk this out like men.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, that's how all this can heal.
You know how I say, Chris
Rock.
Rock run up on that nigga at fucking Walmart and blow his shit out. That's what I say. And that's how you make the shit even.
That's what Tony want to do. But that's what his brother want to do. And see, albeit he came to his brother's defense, I don't like how he did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how he did it. I don't like him going on stage acting, oh man, you hit my brother. That's not for you to discuss coming out starting your show. Mm-hmm. If your brother said, I'm gonna talk about it at another time, honor your brother, your older brother, by saying, I'm gonna do the same. That's the only thing. You want to come to your brother's defense, cool. It's the way you do that. Because Chris said, I don't want to talk about it right now, which means
I don't think you can
say nothing. His brother shouldn't have said nothing, bro.
Man, I don't think you can say what that nigga should have said and not said, man. Because think about it, we talking about his brother, so he's gonna say like, look, let me put it like this.
Okay, my brother.
Let me put it like this. Let somebody do something to my brother. You know what I'm saying?
But if your brother, I got a brother, and you got one. I got a brother. If my brother, if I find out something happened to my brother, and my brother say, bro, I'm gonna handle it. Let me take care of it. I'm gonna honor him by doing that. Mm-hmm. Now, if he come along and say, hey, bro, that's a different ball game. Chris came out and said, I'm going to talk about this when I'm ready.
Yeah, everybody else.
Yeah, okay, Tony should have honored that as his brother.
But wait a minute, though. But that don't mean that's what they talked about. He told the world that shit. You don't know what he talking about at the crib.
That still don't
you know what I'm saying?
That still don't give him the right to come out and say what he want to do.
Man, but you don't know what they already. But you don't know what they already discussed.
You got to give Tony Rock some space because he had to let off some steam. I respect that.
I get that. I understand that.
Okay.
I'm not saying he shouldn't let out no steam. We said it was a time and a wrong time, wrong place for Chris. Right. Wrong time, wrong place for Tony.